Hey y'all, it's your girl Alex hopping on. I am super pumped, super duper pumped. Tonight is our full moon ceremony, and I've been getting so many downloads and just it's been fun because this is like literally they're like this is a party, this is a celebration, this is legitimate. We're putting in all of this massive positive beautiful, pure, transformative energy into just the universe and just the world. And this is going to be a lot of fun. I'm super excited. So let me know how y'all are doing. Are you in Central? I can't remember what time zone you're in. It's like 0613 tomorrow morning, Central Standard Time. So wherever you're at from that. And so, yeah, I'm super pumped because if you want to wake up early, I think I might come wake up a little bit early. I don't normally wake up till 6:30, but I get up a little bit early, do some like grounding and stuff. And so, y'all, if you don't have a notebook, if you have like a book you work out of or anything like that, do get some of it, or do get something to write down with. If you're on your phone, I'm guessing. But because I want to go through some tools and stuff because so this energy that we're just like you've probably felt it. I've been feeling it like crazy. I know a lot of people I have. If you're on our Telegram group, hop on there, please. Everything's in the description because we're having some fantastic conversations where it's just a lot of people are feeling the energies. A lot of people are waking up. A lot of people are really just coming into just this, well, wait a minute, something just doesn't seem right. Something just seems off. And it's so beautiful because people are starting to question, people are starting to wake up. And you might be starting to wake up. You might be questioning and happen to find my stuff too. Welcome. If that is you, we love you. We are so excited you're here. If that is you, because this is a beautiful journey. This is something that is so deep, so intense, so God, oh my gosh, evil in some ways that we're getting rid of. Right? We're cleaning this shit out. We're putting it to bed. We're burying it in like a phoenix rising from the ashes in this beautiful energy. And so like that's a lot of what is going on right now. And y'all might be feeling this because we're in like this Pisces energy as well, and it's like that change and just waters and things are kind of chaotic. I don't know if any of y'all's lives have been super chaotic, but that's exactly why. Just all of these energies and the Schumann resonance, oh my gosh, y'all, it's been going crazy. I actually saw a picture I posted in Telegram group. It literally looks like angel wings. There's two events, like really big. Well, it's like one big one, and there's like a brief pause, the center of the wings, and there's like it literally looks like, and I'm like, that's because there's a lot of things in the midst that are coming down, and just like these, just all of these things that I've pretty much gathered just from other readers, my own readings, my own dowsings, channelings, everything that I've experienced, that we're in that process of healing. If you've seen my video, The White Hat Twin, I talk about it, where we come into this, we're like, it's just like lenses are falling off people's eyes, lenses are falling, and people are literally standing there kind of just like in this dazed being where they're just like, oh shit, what's going on? And it starts to hit them, everything, their minds, their body, their spirit, everything. If you haven't been watching my stuff, we literally over these last 8 days, that's why Metatron was telling me that he was like, okay, do this rainbow start and then cleanse each level and then come on the other end with this ceremony, this literally this new earth. Like we are walking into that. Like that's exactly where we're heading. Like not that evil isn't going to exist, but we are eradicating it on a massive level. All of these dark, like humanity is waking up. Humanity is understanding that we, our souls, have the ability to be actual sovereign beings. Like we get to say, no, we don't consent. We revoke. Like you don't get to do this. Literally, the 9th Amendment in the American Constitution. Have y'all actually looked at that? That literally has the language in it. I forget the exact verbiage, but it literally states no emergency ever gives anyone the ability to directly violate our free, like our liberties, right? Our amendments, our freedom to move about, our freedom to access, without being discriminated against, right? And so these people are starting to wake up, and we're in this crazy chaotic energy, and it may feel rough, it may feel just kind of not okay, but that's good because our lives are shifting in a pause. Like, as long as we keep doing, that's what I want to give you all like these kind of some skills and like some basic stuff really quick before like we jump in, because it's going to be super important that you continue this. Like, don't start it and do it for like a day or two and be like, oh great, I feel good, and then stop. Right? You got to keep going. This is a continuational process, right? You got to put in the effort, and then it's when you put in that effort that you get what you're putting into the universe, right? This change is what humanity needs to be able to ascend into these higher realms, and giving humanity just that ability, that holding that space, even that alone, y'all. If you've never really just sat and held space before, we're going to do some of that tonight as a group. And it can be intense, right? Especially if you didn't do this build up with us, because it can be really uncomfortable to have these things come up. It can be really uncomfortable because, things on the ugly side of your being might pop its ugly head up and say, show itself. But the thing is we have to even just holding space and acknowledging, yes, you exist. I see you, is so powerful to even just sit with that and being able to hold space. Because if we constantly are running away from it, we're never going to make it through these transformative energies on the upswing, right? That's where we want to be. We got to put in the energy. We got to keep tapping in. We got to keep doing some of the strategies I'm going to give y'all as we go into this upswing, right? What's up, y'all? Love it so much. Burning it up in the chat. Oh, I love it. Amazing, y'all. I am super pumped. If y'all haven't studied like what even just like the power of 8 individuals at any given point in time can do to like change the actual energy. I mean, y'all, the information with the human mind can do, literally people reading blindfolded and moving things with their mind. But it's this space we have to come into where we're not trying to like overbear and control and just like a very human, aggressive, low vibrating kind of energy. When we come into the space of holding space and just being present with the intention of like moving a piece of paper or reading a book or having just that connection, when we can sit and hold space just for those things, that's when the other side opens up. And we can just start going deeper into these layers we have of the higher consciousness and just start digging into it. And, like we all have these energies. And I get so pumped because I'm like, you know what, like it's hard to contain it because I just see so many like positive things on the other side. I see people understanding who they are and really stepping into what they were called to do and really just taking advantage of the opportunities that present themselves and really being led and really putting in the work to become better human beings and raising better human beings, right? I'm pointing at my kids who are supposed to be asleep. My daughter was like frustrated because she wanted to do the meditation, but she has to be up early. So I sent her to bed. And my son has his headgear. Oh yeah, mom life. I love it. Yes, you did good. Go to bed. Yes, it looks good. I love you too. Good night. Get your cat. I don't know where she is. They have cats. Cats are great little buddies if you don't have, when I always talk about there's someone out there that genuinely loves you. And I know there's always someone that's like, not me, the world hates me. Go to the shelter, look at the kitties, find one that resonates with you. There you go. Now you got a friend and someone loves you. Cats are great at that. Anywho, So yeah, y'all have tapping into this these beautiful transformative energies, right? Really taking advantage of it and really stepping into just the beauty. But we have full control. If we don't want to put in the work, if we don't want to even just hold space for the ugly things that come up as, you know, we're kind of feeling out that area of our soul, ultimately it's just going to be you that's the reason you're on a downward swing and continuing the pattern, right? I mean, trust me, I still look at myself daily because I'm like, where's the blemishes? You know, because it's important we keep our own selves in check, frankly, because if we're not keeping ourselves in check, if we're not putting in the work, holding ourselves accountable, I can't control what anyone else does. Y'all can't control what anyone else does. We can control what we do. And when we hold space, when we hold the intention for, when we tap into and connect with each other on those higher levels, y'all, we're gonna be doing massive changes. I'm telling you, I've seen it. We all can do this. It's amazing. You gotta just start tapping in, right? So okay. I hope y'all have like your notebooks and stuff, your pens, whatever it is you guys need to write with. I want y'all to do this every single night before you go to bed, but like the last 5 minutes before you literally close your eyes. And the moment you wake up, get yourself into the habit. You don't even have to like, I don't even get up. I literally like lay on my side and just like write my stuff down, like not even like up. But the first 5 minutes of your day, writing down everything you can recall from your dreams. Right before you go to bed, if there's anything like that massively happened that day, definitely want to jot it down. But really just coming into these grounding spaces. And so we're going to do quickly just basically a cleansing, I guess, meditation. And because being able to cleanse before you go to sleep and putting your intention on what it is you want to dream about, or like me, I literally am the worst person in the world to wake up to an alarm. I just don't. But I'll hear my front door open like that. um, but what I do is part of my intention for the night is I tell myself what time I'm going to wake up, and I do. I don't need an alarm. I just wake up at that time, and I'm rested and I feel good and I'm ready to go. And that's because that is my intention. And so the entire night, as I'm sleeping, I'm working towards these things as I'm going on different missions and different things that are going on in my unconscious state. And, you know, making sure I'm trying to remember those memories, right? So all of that when you first wake up and before you go to bed, do the cleansing energies as well. All right, so get comfortable, sit down, and on the replay, I'll put little tabs. You can like jump straight to the meditations. All right, y'all. So get comfortable. And what I want you to do is when I am talking about visualize above your head, I'm talking about like anywhere right up here, right? And so what I want you to do is imagine yourself looking at yourself in a mirror, and you're going to imagine this beautiful like divine light kind of coming over and like resting above your head. And then it's literally going to be like this beautiful circle, right? And just incredibly bright. And what you're going to do is you're going to imagine this bright light just slowly, like almost like a shadow, or not a shadow, just like I think of waterfalls every time, always going to the water, that cleansing energy just is what always gets me. But like imagine like a waterfall coming down over your head, right? And you're going like layer by layer. And as it's just like, what I want you to imagine is like every cell literally taking on this divine energy and just quite literally igniting with energy, with like, because when you start connecting to those higher sources, and you can literally feel your body start buzzing, and like it will physically manifest. And so if it does that, don't freak out, like that's normal. As you imagine it coming down layer by layer, imagine just this divine energy just literally filling up every cell of your body as you go, just little bit by little bit, feeling going into the down, into the ground. And you're going to want to connect at your root chakra, right? Your hips, right? Where that, your pelvis, connecting into that, and wherever you're contacting the ground, pulling that energy down into the center to where you are able to Connect with that grounding energy. And what you'll do is it's almost like a pulsating light coming down, right? And just imagining it overtaking your body. And so go ahead and close your eyes. It's easier a lot of times to visualize with your eyes closed versus your eyes open, especially if you're still super new to this. And so as you feel into your body and where you're physically located in your space, imagine this beautiful bright light coming down above your head, resting right above your head. And as you can imagine, this beautiful white light just igniting incredibly bright, so bright that it's even hard to look at, to where it is shining so bright. And imagine it slowly coming over the top of your head and feel it penetrating down over your skull. It's helpful too if you're having a hard time visualizing to actually touch yourself and give yourself the physical stimulation. Pulling over the top of your head, down over your hair and the side of your head, down to your shoulders, over your face and your chest as it's coming down bit by bit, immersing every cell in your body to just take on just this beautiful divine energy. And imagine it going down into your chest, into your arms, as it makes its way down your abdomen, into your hips and your legs. And feel this energy drawing you down into the ground as it connects into this beautiful wave of just buzzing, clean, divine energy. Take a deep breath in. Let it out. Open your eyes. All right, Cheryl, it doesn't have to be like that, but anything that you can think of that just literally encompasses your whole body. And as you go through this, and you'll find too, just like on your journey, make contact with yourself, right? If you're trying to wake up to your third eye, tap on it. If you're trying to open up your throat, hum a song. If you're trying to open up your heart, watch something that elicits, or think back to something that elicits that really like deep loving energy, right? There's so many different ways we can open up our chakras and really just tap into that energy. It's just a matter of what your end goal is. It's a matter of what you're trying to do. All right, y'all. Oh, you've seen it? I love that. Yes, you've been with me for a minute too. I love it, Dom. You are growing so much. Yes, it makes me super pumped. I joked, I was like, his wife got him a singing bowl, and I was like, that's a good woman. Make sure you keep her. He was like, she's good to me. Super amazing. See, this is one of our Patriot family. There's amazing people all up in the chat. Hey, Bailey. Greg, what's going on? Love you guys. Stacy, I love it. And you know what, y'all, like if y'all are ever feeling like lonely or even displaced by yourself, we have this amazing chat. They are always so full of love. They're like the greatest people ever, showing up, massive patriots. I love them so much. Like just big hearted people, like who we really are. And because I know there's people even in our Telegram group, hop in our Telegram group. It's in the description. That's where we all like chat on the regular. And, you know, there's a lot of crazy things going on, but we're going to be on the right side of history. That much I promise you. I feel super confident. But it's intense. It's intense when your whole family disagrees with you. It's intense when you're cast out. It's intense when you're quite literally alone physically, you know, and you need someone to reach out. And, you know, COVID's been a blessing and a curse, right? For so many, I see so many things that have, my business is completely transformed. I have done things so much different now in like such a better way. And I've learned to connect with people too. Like, look at this, right? I would have been running for the hills. And we have such a beautiful connection in our chat, and just like everybody, I love it so much. Like, you guys are amazing. And look how amazing it is that we are connecting. We're fixing to like shift into like these beautiful, like super powerful meditation energies together, just as this group, and just like what we're doing to like shift the energy of the earth and stuff. Y'all, this is amazing. I love it so much. much. It makes me so happy. What's up, Greg? I love it, you guys. So yeah, every day before you go to bed and when you first wake up, to journal. At night you can do the cleansing and then like just even like a quick intention setting. The but more you get used to it, you may not write as much, but it is still good to write it down because as you go back, you can see kind of like how you have progressed or things that have happened, and you'll get a download and you'll flip back to be like, oh yeah, that's right, and you can see with as much details you put down what it was specifically that you dreamed that night or the visions, even if you don't remember it. Like I remember when I first saw one of my first guides, my first contact, it was like a cloud fog type weird material, and it was like a wall of it, and it wouldn't let me see it because it was like, you're not ready. And then I had to work on myself, and I'm like, wow, how do I get ready to see you? Like I want, like, who am I talking to? But the feeling, I knew the feeling was super safe, very loving. But because I mean, and it also told me, to tread carefully because where there's great light, there's equal the great of dark. I was like, okay, that's good to know. Like when I started really like astro projecting and like running around the universe and stuff, like making contact with them, um, it's so different. So if you don't understand what it is you see, that's okay. Just write it down. Adjectives are your best friend, for real. They are my best friend. I love them. Descriptions, right? Just anything like purple, right? And so for me, I was like, clouds. I don't know what else to call it. Like, and even that doesn't really quite resonate with what I was seeing, but okay, that's the closest thing. But when I think back to clouds, it's a trigger word and I'm able to remember, I know exactly, it still doesn't look like clouds, but I understand what it is, right? And so when y'all are having these downloads and going through these transformations, because we're also coming into retrograde Sunday, no, excuse me, Saturday, the 29th, Sunday's the 30th. Saturday, damn it, Saturday, we start retrograde. Now I can't talk. Hold on, let me grab some water. I'm talking so much. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so we're fixing to come to a retrograde until I believe June 22nd. And so, if you have any like loose ends, as far as like big projects or big deadlines, I would definitely try to knock it out before Friday and just kind of like ride through the energies that come up, and just really work with them as they present themselves. Because you figure we had Scorpio full moon last month, which is digging the trenches, getting all the stuff that's deep underground that we skeletons in the closet and like really bringing that stuff to the surface. And now we're dealing with it. Now we're processing it. Now we're saying, oh, you do exist. I do have to look at you. Like we really have to acknowledge what's going on, and it's not ugly, but you know what, when we take full radical ownership of our actions, our choices, our behaviors, we are so able to start shifting in how we manifest, how we live, how we think about everything, and we can really just start, like I said, it starts with us. But you know what? All of us who are watching now and in the future, right? We are putting in the work. We are putting in the effort. We are putting in the time to really start making these energetic shifts. Because when we ourselves, because we're all energetic beings, like we're all energy, right? If you broke us all down, we're energy. We have a vibration to us. Every one of us does. And our vibration is connected to the universe, to the earth, to Gaia, to whatever you want to call it. We're all connected. And so when we start vibrating higher and a higher frequency, because we don't have as much shit that's keeping us down, we're not trying to hide, and we're feeling, all kinds of ways from the shame that we're trying to hide from or run away from. It looks different. It feels different. Because while it doesn't feel good necessarily to like acknowledge it, work through it, do right by it, whatever needs to resolve, we are able to create a higher vibration in our aura, in our presence, in our being. And because we create a higher vibration here, we start affecting everything around us. We start having a high, like, I promise you, especially if you're new to this and you're like, Alex, I think you're a little crazy. Are you sure you're feeling okay tonight? I assure you, I'm feeling amazing. But it is. It is the coolest thing when we start really tapping into that. We really are. I have this beautiful couple of books I've been studying from doctors, and a psychiatrist is one of them, really talking about the measurability of this energy that we emit. Meditate with your kids, meditate with singing bowls, which we have tonight. Meditate, or like this. I'm literally in a triangle, y'all. This is my little like meditation spot in my room. And the geometry behind the triangles, and the fact that this is quartz filled and everything else, and it's like all kinds of stones, and like that's what me and my kids are doing tomorrow. We're doing affirmations, and I have stones we're gonna hot glue, and I have like all kinds of stuff we made, so like that's what we're doing. But these are super cool. They're just called Stargate pyramids, if you're ever interested. They're pretty awesome. No affiliation with them whatsoever. Their product is just awesome. But these are the things that we can do, that we have full control of, to really start shifting these energies, right? Yeah, I heard that too. So, I mean, it's just been, a lot of self love, a lot of self loves. What is it? The cosmic crap. What does it stand for? Basically, it's like the solar energy where they are. So the Schumann resonance is basically the heartbeat of the world, right? And so that's been going crazy. And so those different energies we can measure, or we do measure, right? They're all measured. That's what I was talking about with like the angel wings earlier. But then we also have been having like solar flares and solar flashes and like all kinds of stuff, like energy from the space coming down, excuse me, to impact Earth. And so that has a factor. There's like, it can cause volcanoes to erupt. It can cause earthquakes to happen. It can, there's apparently a lot of stuff going on in China with their flooding has been incredibly abnormal. And it's getting a lot worse from what I understand very quickly. So Three Gorges Dam breaking is definitely seems likely, but things like that, right? There was an earthquake that damaged it supposedly. So we've been getting pounded by those too. And so thank you. That's what it is I'm talking about. Well, you're up, Sharn. What's up? Yeah, no problem. I love it. See, got the chat going, asking fantastic questions, however I can help. And of course, got amazing people in the chat. Thank you, Greg, for saving my ass. I have been like, I'm like in this super tired state. Like, that's one thing I know a lot of people have been feeling too. Just like utter and complete exhaustion, just no matter what I do, no matter, like, I'm like able to go, but I'm just like, if I sit down for too long, I'm gonna pass out. I know a lot of people have been feeling that too. So a lot of these things have an impact in our bodies and how they all break down. All right, y'all. Another thing too, as you start getting into this, you might find yourself needing to do what is called protection. Energy fields, things of that nature. We're going to do one now. And so this is something I do always recommend, especially because, all right, we have dark and light, right? There's just this equal balance. There's always one with the other. The problem is when we start shining brighter in the light, we sometimes can become, especially as you really start to shine bright, you will definitely become a target for the dark because now you're shining pretty bright. And think of it like bugs going to like a little zapper thing, right? I love those things. I have almost no bugs in like my barn and my kennels because they took care of them all. Why? Because like everyone flocked to it. And it's totally okay. But going into the bug zappers, everybody following to it, Yeah, sorry, I got like sidetracked. I was looking at the conversations. I know a lot of people have. So if you guys have tons of self love, that's where I was going with the previous point. Tons of self love, because there's a lot of things that are just going on. Oh man, I would love to hear it, Charm. Especially if you're able to post it too in the Telegram group. I would love to hear that because she's from UK, y'all. She's been dropping a lot of intel and stuff, confirming a lot of stuff. There's a lot of drips coming out about Princess Diana over there. A lot of information about Miss Princess Di coming out. So interesting to see the different things that have been coming out around the world and stuff. It's like I feel like I'm looking into a water hose, just trying to keep up because there's just everything is coming out, and that's the thing too. I've been seeing is like we're really like as soon as it starts to retrograde, shit's gonna get like really crazy, and it's gonna be amazing, but it's gonna be really. I've been getting that feeling. They're like, it's about to go down, like have like enjoy, but like just be prepared, like be vigilant, right? Be maybe a little more alert, just because people might be a little more wild, maybe more violent, or I don't know. There's just been a lot of crazy. There are like some places it's gonna get pretty bad, and it's just like, oh, okay, well. And then I heard about DJT, Mr. T, supposedly being up for being indicted. So we'll see, because I feel like if they do arrest him, that'll probably there's your chaos. There's the stuff I was like, oh man, this actually might play out, but we'll see, right? Be safe, set these high intentions. We'll see how this goes. And the thing is no matter what happens, no matter how bad things get, this much I do promise you, we win. The light wins. We absolutely will come out on the other side of this 1000% successful. That much I do promise you. So keep putting in your transformative, like your alchemist, right? We are all alchemists. Your energy, your everything that you're doing, keep doing that, because that's incredibly important. But no matter how bad it gets, wherever you're at, we do win this. So do remember that. All right. I don't want to sound all doom and gloom, but I don't also, if you've been watching me, like all good, bad, or ugly, I'll give it to you straight, but I don't tell you to scare you. I do it to prepare you, because when we know thy enemy, we can defeat thy enemy, however that looks, right? All right, y'all. Oh, amazing. I'm super excited. Um, yeah, look at you, Greg. Yes, exactly that. Amen. Big hugs, brother. You were on it 1000%. So well said. Yeah, baths, magnesium salt baths, super fantastic. If you have essential oils like lavender, really too, lavender mixed with like coconut oil as a carrier, something light and easy. Seriously, it deals with so many amazing things. And even just like, especially if you have depression or anxiety, like especially like around here, like your neck, right? Depending on how sensitive you are, or especially over your heart space, really simple things like that absolutely help kind of pull you into this more positive space as well. So different things like that. Um, oh yeah, they absolutely do. Absolutely. It really is. It's absolutely no joke, because truly be kind to yourself for real, y'all, because I I'm single, and I always joke, I'm like, if I ever do decide to like if I ever find someone like worthy of my time, I was like, he's got a tall order, because like I love the shit out of myself. Like I take such good care of myself physically and mentally. And I am like very firm on like what I need to be able to stay in that space. And so I'm just joking, of course, but oh, I don't. And I don't honestly know. I've heard some stuff. I'm not 100% on some of the things that I heard. A lot were pushed, and I just need to do more research, which I haven't just honestly had time to do, frankly. I know that there are people who did confirm that they've had debts relieved throughout last year, massive debts. And so I honestly don't know. Sorry. I'm not one of those in the know people who's got like secret squirrel type friends in the know who give me information. I wish I did. I would like to know. I mean, if you haven't bought gold and silver, absolutely, there's a lot of great places to shop. I've shopped at Money Metals. There's some other really good ones. Do your research on the companies first, for sure. But definitely start, if you're able to invest, make sure it's money that you don't need, right? You can just literally just intentionally part with it and just hold on to it. Stash up on different things, especially if you're in a city. Like that's really everything I've ever tapped in. It's cities. And I'm super close to Austin by like 45 minutes. And we've had a lot of issues. I've started seeing a bunch of Black Lives Matter stuff. It's fucking crazy for like a hot minute around here. But it is what it is. Make sure you guys have some water and stuff stashed up. Make sure you have some canned food, especially if you have animals. All my animals have an additional month's worth of food around here. I have it all stored. And so I don't know how bad things are going to get. I just know things are going to be a little crazy. And so just make sure you're prepared, however that looks. I've got a family and a whole farm. I cannot afford to not be prepared. So just different little things, because these energies they absolutely have just really impacted us. And yeah, it seems to have partially, I don't know if there's hiccups. I don't know if there was certain requirements. I've heard a bunch of different things with no confirmation, to be frank. And if I just don't have the ability to provide the research behind it, I just won't speak on it until I have like a better formed opinion. But I hope it does. It would be amazing. That's awesome. There are some really great diffusers and stuff you can do, like on your pressure points, your meridians. Oh, that was the other thing. Actually, thank you for reminding me. If y'all are having, okay, you're doing your nighttime or your morning, and you'll start to feel it. The more you get tapped in, you'll start just feeling like you can feel like a pain, or just like something's off, right? In a certain part of your body, or your energy is off, or you're struggling to focus, things of that nature, right? Or maybe you're trying to get into that regiment and you're just like, I can't, my mind will not stop for like 2 seconds for me to do it. So what I want y'all to do instead, especially going before bed, you can literally stand up and kind of like bounce on your feet, right? You want to physically cause a physical movement in your body. And what it does is when it starts to change your cells and your body is being forced to move because you're vibrating, right? You're vibrating your feet and you're moving. It literally starts to physically change your energy. So then you're able to say, as you're doing that, that's when you start to think, okay, I'm going to have, amazing restful sleep. I'm going to process, like say you got into a fight with someone, I'm going to process that in the morning after I've had a good night's sleep. You just say these easy affirmations, right? And that's one of the hacks I totally forgot to say. Thanks for helping me out there. Yeah, I've heard that too. Not that specifically, but especially with like the royals being dissolved. I've heard that too. There's so many things. Like, I don't know if y'all have caught up with that, but there's a lot of stuff going on in like the UK right now. There's been so many transfers of government in so many countries just on that side of the hemisphere. It's been insane. Australia, there's just been a lot of crazy, crazy stuff. So, I mean, it's important that we're aware of it, because then we're not going to freak out. We're going to be able to handle our shit, move through the process, however that looks. And yeah, it'll. Oh, yeah, I do too. And this is where I was about to go into it. Like, we're going to go into our prayer of protection, because this is exactly why. Going back to that light, that's what I was saying earlier too about the shining your bright light. The more you shine your bright light, you're absolutely going to start attracting, right? Like the bugs to the bug zapper, you're going to start attracting them. And but like the bug zapper, if you are armed, you can start defeating them, and you will get to the point where, collectively, we just don't really deal with it as much. Yeah, it feels insane because I see them all the time here too, Charm, and it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. So what I want y'all to do is go ahead and close your eyes, unless anybody have any prayer requests I want to ask. Go ahead and close your eyes. I'm calling in 4,400,000 angels, guides, higher divine beings to be present and help protect us. Every single person listening directly or indirectly, encompassing all that are able to hear audibly from everything that we are saying and the energies that we are putting out tonight as a collective whole to be able to shift and transform the earth into the highest divine being. That we are protected to be able to go forward with our conversations and these beautiful divine, like energetic protective energies that just be it shield us from anything that is dark or not of the highest divine being, that we are anything that tries to hinder us from fulfilling that whole divine placement or being or anything that is of our higher self, that if it tries to cause harm, that is immediately blocked and vanquished so that it doesn't exist anymore, for that it doesn't have a place to be here, because we are so powerful and our protection is that divine that it has the ability to just disseminate anything dark that it tries to come across it. And if that you go forward and protect the individuals that we speak to, the people who are waking up that are going to come across us and hear what we have to say as we go forward, and we provide the divine truth as we are channeling of the divine highest being spirit. And should any attack try to come upon them of those different connections, that they be immediately thwarted and stopped, that they aren't even able to succeed in any little bit, that they're immediately dismissed and they are completely protected as they enter these journeys in these higher divine spiritual realms of being able to tap into these higher consciousness and different contacts and different beings, and being able to really step into just that a beautiful time of having these different higher consciousness experiences and really being able to step into that space with our whole humanity as a whole. As we continue to proceed forward in what it is we are called to do, I thank you for this protection. I thank you for this beautiful divine being and this divine world, and that you continue to help guide us in the highest divine way. Thank you all so much. Amen. Oh, all right, y'all. Your protections can look all different. You can do dragon's blood, burning sage. You can do frankincense and myrrh, and be able to really just burn the different incense in the rooms and stuff and do the cleansing energies. I do it often, especially as that's one of the key things that I know I'm doing something right is I get under massive amounts of attack, and just really going through, really creating that space. And if you have kids or a spouse, get them on board with it. Get into a rhythm with each other. Like my kids love to, she's passed out now. What was it? She, out of the 9 days, I think she made it twice. She tried to make it every night and didn't work. That's all right. She shouldn't be up this late anyways. But get them involved, get them excited, get them wanting to be part of this, and start teaching them how to journal and being aware and conscious beings, because we as parents or grandparents, or maybe we're teachers, or we have some sort of direct involvement with bringing up the next generation. It is our responsibility that they learn this, that they tap into it, that they don't run away from it. They're so much more powerful than us. Like seriously, kids, when they try to tap in, they just like go right in. Where us adults, we got to like rein in our thoughts and like do all the things to like get to that space, and they just like step right in. They're so easy. And so if we can start teaching them when they're young to really be able to expand, and that it's okay, and that they're not weird or they're not crazy or they're not anything negative for this connection, and that we all have it. And if you haven't tapped into it, you have it too. You just haven't tapped into it. But if you're new, my stuff on YouTube, I have a bunch of different little like videos and stuff, like helping to break down the process even more of a little bit of what we talked about tonight, with just the different regimens and stuff for you guys to be able to start getting into more of a conscious place, because life is going to happen. That's part of the human existence and experience. However, how you end up dealing with it is up to you. And are you dealing with it in a high vibrational way, or are you getting super negative and emotional, right? When you started and you've gotten yourself on a good regimen, you just start reacting different, and you start reacting because you're coming from a different place. Your starting point is much calmer and centered, right? Versus being like super amped up all the time, never coming down from that, excuse me, adrenaline pump. And what made it naughty? I gotta know this. Now I gotta know what that was. But anyways, yeah, I don't remember where I was going. The naughty fairy thing just totally caught me off guard. I was like, what? How do you know it's naughty? Let me know in the chat, Sharon. She said it looked naughty. Huh? Especially if it's a kid. Yeah, I guarantee they're probably super in tune with that. All right, y'all. All right, so the first one that I want to do is going to be for us, our individual selves. And, if you've watched my stuff, I love my neuro-linguistic programming. So when I am talking about getting into the feelings, right, like to go back into a memory of some sort, I really want you to really take on the physical embodiment of that memory if you can, right? Because it's going to be something positive. And the way a lot of these different meditations work is when we have a physical energetic shift, right? Going back to getting the energy moving and everything else, how we're all energy. When we create an energetic shift, pairing it with a thought of mind, right? A movie or whatever it is you have, you literally start to physically create that. And the more and the deeper you feel it, the emotion, the physical energy change, the more of an impact you start to have. And it'll take practice and stuff, of course, but I'll note the time I started, so you guys can come back to it. But when you go through these different meditations, I want you to take on these physical embodiment as much as possible, because that's just literally how you heal this change. Plus, we have literally the full, like, it's a eclipse, it's a full moon, it's a blood moon, it's super bright and beautiful. It's all the things. We have all the things going on right now but you know what though? That's one of the things I was literally thinking about. Of course, I didn't want what happened on January 6th to happen, right? What I said was I am asking that the events that are of the highest divine good to be the ones that play out. Well, what happened? That was just one event on a series of events that are like so many people are waking up to everything, and all of this, like, it's just been coming out, all of the information, like the truth behind it. And so it's like one thing after another. And literally, who was it? Uriel. Yeah, Uriel was saying that it was just one of the pieces that needed to happen. And yeah, the events that you said of the highest divine good that we needed to happen happened. And so if things are coming up that in the moment don't seem positive, or how could this be, like, have any of y'all had like a breakup that like you look back and you're like, thank you, higher any whatever you are, beings, creator, whatever you call them, thank you, because that could have been awful. Like, and if you didn't, or don't know somebody, then you're definitely a rarity, because I know a lot of people who either had it or they know someone who's had that and relationship in their life. And in the moment, it sucks. In the moment, it's just like awful and, all of the things. But it ended up being of the highest divine being. And so as you're coming through these transformations, being able to visualize with emotion on the other side of this is going to be so important when you come back and you do your own meditations and stuff, right? So just bear that in mind. And then I want to do a community one, like for a world, and really ushering in just that beautiful new earth energy. So I really want, because we do need to be keeping to do the work. Like, we should never have arrived on our journey. I don't care how long you've been alive or at this whole like awakened thing, but you should never arrive ever. You should always be a student. You should always be learning. You should always be craving the knowledge, right? Just my thoughts. I love it, Gray. You are so on it. Yeah, she's got a lot of cool stuff. Her bird likes to interact with our meditations too. It's cute. Yeah, it's amazing. For real. There you go. If y'all are on the fence, boom. Dom just said it himself, just, starting to really just, and you're not going to be perfect. You're not expected to be perfect. There's going to be some days you rocked that shit, and there's other days you totally screwed it up. And you know what? What matters is that you gave the effort and that you put in the time and the energy and the willingness to really tap into that spirit and that higher you. And that's the part that matters, right? And you'll get better at it, but the fact that you're showing up ready to go, those are the things that truly matter. So bear that in mind if you screw it up. Oh, it is super early there. Oh, I love it. Candy ordered a pyramid. That's amazing. I love them. I am seriously like under here all the time. Oh, that's fine. I love them. They're amazing. We're gonna me and the kids are gonna do affirmations tomorrow and like glue. I have a bunch of raw stones that I've cleansed and stuff and I've been collecting. We're gonna like do a bunch of stuff because it's their transformation too. It's they're entering this new space too. It's not just us. I know sometimes it's easy to get caught up and, oh, well, it's just me feeling this way. It's not just us. It's our kids. It's our pets even. It's all the things. There we go. All right, y'all. Go ahead and get into a comfortable position. Close your eyes. Go ahead and acknowledge and feel where you're making contact with the ground, whether you're lying down or you're sitting on your tail end. Feel into where you're making contact with the ground and just feel this beautiful energy pulling you down into this peace and this calm. Take a deep breath in. Let it out. Feel into this beautiful grounding energy as it just starts to pull you in energetically as you go down into the earth's core. Take a deep breath in. Let it out. Now feel this like little string attached to the back of your pants, like someone's pulling you up. And feel this energy elongate through your spine, lift your chest and your neck. And feel this energy pulling you up into the cosmos, into the higher divine. Take a deep breath in. Let it out. Feel this energy just pulling your body up as it feels into this elongating of your spine, as it stretches it out, and feeling that beautiful connection upward into this divine, pure, powerful, loving energy. Take a deep breath in. Let it out. I want you to imagine in your mind's eye this time of your life where you just felt really happy, where you were able to move forward with life in a positive, moving way, that you were able to be successful in the things you were doing. And if this never has happened, what would it look like if it did? How would that feel to have just this perfect life, that you were successful, you were had a high vibrating connection, you were living in the greatest job that you could ever imagine yourself being in, and living in a way that you are able to feel completely fulfilled, feeling into these beautiful energies where you're able to just feel in your heart space just this overflowing of love and peace and content, living in this highest divine being. Take a deep breath in, let it out. Feeling into that space where you're feeling just confident and on top of it and have everything together, just exuding this abundance lifestyle mindset where you are physically manifesting these higher vibrational things in your life that have come along the way. Feel what that would feel like if it hasn't happened, or if it has. Feel into that memory where it fills into your heart space. Take a deep breath in, let it out. Now, I want you to imagine a time you saw a beautiful rainbow, a time where the colors were vibrant or it was memorable in some other way. But just think back into the pattern and the visualization of the rainbow that you saw. Now I want you to imagine someone taking a cup and pouring this beautiful rainbow from starting from above your head at your crown and bringing it down over your body, covering every portion of your body, front, back, chest, legs. And feel this continuous rainbow energy pouring over your body. And as you imagine this energy pouring over you, step back into that memory of this empowerment in this beautiful, divine, fulfilling space, or what it would feel like to be there, how it would feel to be confident and to feel into that high vibrational energy, fully living in what you are called to do. And as you visualize this beautiful rainbow energy falling over you, take a deep breath in, let it out. As you feel into this beautiful energy, feel it covering your entire body. As you rub your hands from the top of your head, down your chest, down your hips, to your legs, and feel all the way down to your toes. Feel this beautiful, cleansing, powerful manifestation energy as it fully embodies your physical being and just covers you in this powerful, energetic, loving, confident, divinely living in your purpose energy. Take a deep breath in, let it out. I want you to sit here now and just sit with what things have presented themselves to you over the last week, or even just now, as you go about these different visualizations and try to encompass everything that you will be living out. What are the things that you're having to silence to get there? What are the things that you find yourself tuning out? Allow them to present themselves to you. Sit with them, regardless of what comes up. Remember that recognizing them is the first step into being able to defeat them, heal them, and process them. May not feel great. They may even be trying to scream into your ear something negative. But you are stronger. You are fully capable. And you are fully able to step into your highest divine space and our purpose, living out what we agreed to come here to do. Continue to sit with the things that have come up that will try to stop you. And just sit with them. Don't run from them. And repeat after me. I am worthy. I am unafraid. I lead a divinely led life. I can do this. I am successful. I am worthy. Come back into your space. Come back into your body. Opening up your eyes. Coming back to space. Man, I'm like, I'm in that like place now, all like super jazzed and like ready to go. All right, y'all. If you wanted to hop on to do our just global one, definitely going to hop into that next. We're going to do more of the intention setting, kind of like the neurolinguistic programming, but really doing a lot more visualizations just for the world and just really putting that energy out. If you are still new to this and you didn't catch my other videos prior to this, we really go down into like each chakra, what it's about, really having to cleanse those energies and just really tapping into it. If you haven't checked those out, I highly recommend you do that, because yeah, the full moon peaks in less than 12 hours, right? But literally, y'all, this moon is so stinking powerful. This energy, just this time as we go into like the retrograde. I was hearing some people were talking about like it being up to 6 months. I don't know about that far, but it definitely is going to be easily another week or so or two, frankly, of these energies easily. And really kind of go back and start going back through some of the meditations we did from the very beginning. There's a total of 9, including tonight. But really just going through and just being able to be vulnerable with yourself, journaling the things that come up, because that's just part of growth. We have to examine the things that may not feel good and sit with them and acknowledge them and process them, really, is what it comes down to. And when we can do all of that, that's how we move through them. That's how we defeat them. That's how we relinquish those cord cutting. I have some of the meditations in my stuff too of cord cutting. I'll have to pull the link. It's in my stuff somewhere. But yeah, because cord cutting is another great tool if you feel like you are seriously energetically bound, like a divorce maybe, or cutting off a family member, things of that nature. Definitely want to do some cord cutting to be able to really tap into that as well. Won't get into that tonight just because I want to get to this. And oh wow, we're already at an hour. I didn't realize that. Oh, I got it, Greg. I got it. It's Stargate, one word, pyramids. I think you can search them on DuckDuckGo. This was the small one, but they have like way bigger ones too, and they have it in black as well. But then like the one I have, the base is quartz crystal, like infused and stuff. And then when we were putting it together, we were putting stones and different everything in there. So yeah, it's super cool. I love it. It's like my little space now. I love it. That's amazing. Sorry, my mouth is dry. Absolutely. If y'all want to stick around, do this group manifestation stuff. Oh, goodness. Oh, I love my CBDs. They're amazing. All right. Go ahead and close your eyes. So I want you to imagine being out at your local favorite spot, whether it's a restaurant or a park, something in your community that you absolutely love. Now imagine if there is any negativity, if there's any homelessness, if there's anything like that, what would it look like to really step into being able to see and witness to all of these different problems being resolved, all of these different things being healed, the homeless populations, um, drugs, or whatever it is that's in your area? What would it look like in your home for these things to be healed or no longer an issue? How would that feel? How would that look? What about going to some of the local cities if you live not in a big city? What would that look like to go out there if all of these problems were healed? Continue to visualize what it would look like in your home if all of these problems were no longer an issue. People were living in their jobs that fully served their higher calling. Children were being taught ethical and truthful things in school. Crime was no longer an issue. People got help with whatever issues led them to become homeless. And they were healed from whatever it was that caused them to be there. Abuse didn't happen anymore. The world was just vibrating higher. What does that look like in your community, the different places you frequent, your local neighboring cities? Now I want you to think back to a time that you felt so overwhelmed with love, whether it be like cuddling a puppy, loving your spouse or your partner, getting a gift, whatever it is, something that just made your body just like overwhelmingly full of love and just on fire and fulfilled and just like, oh, kind of love. As you feel into this space, just feeling your body ignite, take a deep breath in, let it out. Feel into the super positive energy. Let it consume your body. Let it just fill you with energy from just this high vibrational state of being. Take a deep breath in. Let it out. As you sit in just this high vibrational feeling, I want you to bring back these images of your local parks or your local neighborhoods or your frequented places that you go to and in your neighboring cities. All of these things being gone. All of the world's hurts being healed, and people are living in fulfilled lives where they are living a job and leading a life with a income source and lifestyle that best fits their higher selves. Feel into this beautiful energy as you imagine this community that you live in being of a high vibrational state. Now I want you to imagine a map and find where you are located at on that map. And as you look at your city boundaries and you look at the different cities or countries or whoever is close by geographically, I want you to envision these same high vibrational feelings of your community, of what your home looks like as it becomes transformed. I want you to imagine your neighboring cities or countries or states, whatever you have with wherever you're at, is also shifting into that high vibrational frequency. There's no more conflict. There's no more homelessness. There's no more children being harmed. There's no more anything bad. We're just able to live into this high vibrational energy. And as you visualize your neighbors geographically, I want you to spread even further out on the map, wherever you're at, however that looks. And I want you to slowly start to spread out until all of the countries and all of the hemispheres and all of the world on the 3D earth plane has been felt by you, feeding in this positive energy. start visualizing as you go out past your neighboring areas. And just slowly start sending this beautiful, positive, loving energy to those places as you visualize what they look like, having a radical transformation. No more poverty, no more food scarcity. Water is abundant. Health is abundant. Free technology everywhere that brings all of these things to humanity. Continue to visualize as it goes to the countries. Feel into that beautiful cleansing energy where everybody is just shifting into that higher vibrational frequency. They are doing a job that they love and is fulfilling to their higher need, higher self, fulfilling that need. Now I want you to imagine Earth with this beautiful glowing light around it, as if you're in the outer space, kind of staring down at it. I want you to imagine in your mind's eye this beautiful white bubble of crystalline, protective, divine energy, encapsulating the earth as a whole in this beautiful, high vibrational frequency. Feel into the different healings that are going on the earth plane. Free energy technology being released, where there's no more poverty, there's no more lacking of basic human needs. People actually can tap into their higher selves and live in a fulfilled way. As you come back to your body, opening your eyes, coming back to your space. I'm like, oh yeah, before they have, I don't have a capstone, but I'm making myself one. Greg, for sure. Let me put it in the chat. Sorry. Pyramids. Stargate Pyramids, they also have, if you're going to build yourself one, they have a lot of really great information in there because there is specific like degrees. I was talking about that the other day. I believe it was. And I didn't grab my quartz over here too. That's another great stone, quartz. I have shungite for my capstone that me and the kids are making. So that should be interesting. But yeah, I hope this helped you guys. I am so pumped. Like now I'm all like just like blissed out. What do you call it? But y'all, this is exciting. Remember to do before bed, do your cleansing energies and some quick affirmations. When you wake up, write down your memories. And if you can do cleansing energy, definitely do your cleansing energy. If you feel stuck or your energy is stagnant, especially before going to bed, you want to get your energy moving and you don't want anything stuck because remember, whatever you go to sleep with, you're going to be literally marinating on that for 8 or however many hours you're asleep, right? So your entire time you're asleep, you're going to be marinating on that the whole time. And so if you're feeling stuck or you're feeling whatever, get your energy moving, get your body physically moving before bed so that you can really start to radically change that because our subconscious is a fantastic place to really do it. Like that's how I look at it. I have like a full preparation because it's just a different part of my day, my downloads and everything else. It's a different part, but it's a necessary piece in order to like successfully do what I do, right? And my highest need, my highest calling for me. And you same thing, whatever you guys need to do, really setting that space before bed. But yeah, I love it. um I love you guys so much. So fantastic to have you guys. I pray this helps and resonates. I hope I answered your questions. And if you have questions, my email is in there. Also, my link, if you guys have where you want to do your consultations, they're free, 30 minutes, different consultations. We start to look at all kinds of different things that will help you with wherever you're at. And so all of my stuff is in the description. Feel free to reach out anytime. I love y'all so much. I pray this helps you. Like this is like such a cool time. I've been so pumped for this meditation like all day because just this time, like humanity is waking up and we are like stepping into like this power. It's so cool. I love y'all so much. I pray you have a great night and I'll catch up with you guys tomorrow at my lunch chat.